Welcome to State of Luxury Redesigned. What's been known for years as State of Luxury Power Panel Series with Ann Shatilla, a signature event of the Beverly Hills Chamber of Commerce. This seminar, has taken a new turn. Due to the pandemic, many new things must be addressed during this crisis to help and renew businesses. Insider tips and razor-focused advice to take businesses and practices to the national and international level of PR and marketing during these times. Today, the topics I will be guiding you on are State of Luxury Business as of June 2020, Open for Business in a Pandemic, on reopening more safely than you already thought you did, creating your on-site code of safety ethics, how to do it and then how to create public awareness for it, Flex Business, how it's done immediately to pivot, grow, and mitigate risk, why balancing and finessing the messaging is so vital right now more than you even realize, how to find the new news angles to promote your business in the times of major news, and then how to pitch it so you stand out and create public awareness. And marketing and PR, because the entire promotional rulebook of PR changed completely. And I want to tell you about a new TV show that I've been producing called the COVID-19 TV Business News Report, the top businesses doing health and safety right. I came up with the show to help the companies get the word out about what they're doing health and safety-wise to let the public know. Hi, I'm Ann Shatilla in Los Angeles. Welcome to State of Luxury Redesigned. Usually I'm in Los Angeles, throughout Beverly Hills, in the beautiful ballrooms. The Beverly Hills Chamber of Commerce puts these events on, State of Luxury Power Panel Series with Ann Shatilla, throughout the city. But now I'm going to say welcome to my home. In the days of quarantine and the days of social distancing, we figured this would be the safest place and the safest way to do it. So I'm glad you're here to join us. What we're going to be talking about today is where we are today for business, what's been happening since the pandemic when it comes to marketing and PR. Unfortunately, to tell you, everything you've learned up until now probably doesn't work anymore. As a result of that, we're in a different day, a different age, and we have to do different things to promote our businesses. So that's what we're going to go through today. I'm going to walk you through all of it. You have to realize now that everything is about health and safety. And once you realize that and you promote what you're doing regarding health and safety, you will be much better off. So today's topic is State of Luxury Redesigned. It could have been reassessed, reevaluated, redone, reimagined. Any of those would have fit the title, because truly we do have to do things differently now. I've been on this story as a journalist. By the way, many of you have followed me for the years through the chamber, come to the seminars, and you know that I work for a large news service in the world. As a news producer, I've been doing this over 30 years, used to be the anchor at Channel 13. As a result, I'm on the news every day, and I've been on this story since January, before we even went into lockdown, before any of that. And as a result, I was following OSHA, I was following the CDC guidelines from the very beginning, and I follow them pretty much every single day to see what the businesses need to do. So again, as we talked about, health and safety is number one, and what you have to really do is promote your health and safety now. So whether it be on your web page, on your newsletters, on your social media, you've got to get the word out on what you're doing. As a civilian, even you are going to be wondering, where am I going to go? Where's the safest place? If businesses let you know what they're doing health and safety wise, then you will feel much more comfortable. And that's what I'm telling you to do, no matter what your business is, whether you're hospitality, restaurants, a lawyer, an estate lawyer, an accountant, any of the businesses, no matter what it is, you have to let people know what are your protocols and exactly how you're doing it. Move away from traditional pitching completely. It no longer works like it did. Do it now by engaging the client on your website, social media, platforms, phones, in person when you do get to see them. You need strong, new content on your website, newsletters, weekly updates, your YouTube channel. Create one. Let people know what you're doing and how much you care. A brand's legacy moving forward has to have new eyes, a new approach. Your new sensitivity before speaking to a client, when speaking to a client, when writing a client is vital. Just be aware of what everybody is possibly going through in their own lives. Put yourself in their possible shoes. There is so much going on that they're not telling you. Act with empathy and make sure every single one of your employees does the same thing. You need to train them. Do it as relationship building for the next time you're going to see them again. Okay, so now we're going to start with the first topic, state of luxury in 2020. And here's what you have to know. The luxury sector in the high-end world is going to have to evolve and adapt. You've already figured that out over the last 3 months. Definitely, there's no question you've done that. The key is luxury brands must learn a new way to communicate their messaging. This is so important. It's not about the lux and the glamour anymore. It's about what you're doing. It's about how you relate to your clients now at a whole different level and how you're offering them the services in a new way. So promoting, advertising, getting the word out is the million-dollar phrase, and how you get the word out. How to engage the reluctant client. You have to think about that. Think outside of the box. When you're in the shower, think about it all day long, which you probably have been doing. But think about it. Say, what can I do now to get my client? Because everybody's client is different in every area of luxury and every business. So think about yours specifically. Think about what's worked and think about elevating that even more. How you reach out to the clients and how you speak to the clients, how you advertise without turning it to yourselves. For example, I'm not going to say the name of the brand. I saw a commercial on the air the other day, a very big hospitality brand, and the CEO was, I guess, bragging in a way of what they've done during this pandemic. It's wonderful all you've done, but you can't brag yourself. Third party has to do it. So if you are going to do a commercial like that, instead of having the CEO on there talking about all the great things you've done in the last 3 months or how you were on it from the beginning, have a third party endorsement saying how what you did helped their lives, how what you did helped their business, how what you did helped them as human beings. Third party endorsement. You cannot be saying all the great things that you've done yourself. You can put it on a website, but if you're doing a TV commercial or you're doing some kind of broadcast, you definitely can't do that. A very important thing for you to think about for State of Luxury in 2020 is this is a business. Luxury is a business that doesn't have repeat performances, meaning somebody doesn't come into the store every 2 weeks and buy a new designer outfit or spend money on a fancy dinner regularly all the time. So you have to think about those people and figure out how are you going to pivot now and pivot in a way that you've never done before to attract those people to hopefully come back or at least even to come in for the first time since they've been quarantined. Little bit of reluctance right now, actually a lot of reluctance, that isn't correct, a lot of reluctance. So think about how you're going to do that and exactly how you will formulate it. Make a to-do list. When I talked about safety earlier for State of Luxury 2020, I talked about health and safety and getting the word out. But you have to do it in such an elegant, dignified, refined way. But you really have to do it. So I've been talking to a lot of businesses over the last 3 months, and I started a TV show actually that aired. It's called the COVID-19 TV Business News Report, the top businesses doing health and safety right. And the thing about this show is I wanted to talk to all the businesses who have implemented health and safety and see who's doing it. And as I shot that show, I realized some of them are doing it great, and some of them that I had to reject for the show weren't doing it quite yet at the place where it should be, but they will be. So my goal for this show is for people to see what other businesses are doing and they can learn from that. So the thermometer check, absolutely you need that. The mask's now mandatory in the state of California. We understand. That's almost, as they say, a no-brainer. But what you have to do now is really realize how can you take it to the next level? How can you incorporate more cleaning? How can you do the cleaning where everybody sees it? How can you do things that other people aren't doing, or if they are doing, this guy's doing this, that one's doing this one's doing this, put it all together, then you have a beautiful list of all you're doing health and safety wise, because right now that is truly all that matters to get people back to going back to business.
For luxury goods, that touch, feel, smell of purchasing the luxury item on site is something that people want to think about, want to get back to, but will it happen? Alongside anything else you think you want to do, think online, think concierge, think pickup, think delivery, think service. And yes, luxury is always primarily that on-site purchase. Consumers love to interact and be served at this level, but entering a store or location can only occur and give people confidence if they know exactly what you're doing.
An important thing about luxury right now in 2020 is you have to get the word out. And how do you do that? You have your social media, great, but do it like you've never done it before. If you're posting on Instagram 3 times a week, you've got to be doing it at least once a day now. You've got to show the progress of what you're doing, how your business is growing in these new unprecedented times. So let everybody know exactly what you're doing. I highly recommend for PR and marketing now. You may have had it before, but it was always an afterthought. I say now, issue it once a week. Let them know the progress of everything that's happening at your establishment. And what is that? A newsletter. Yes, you're saying newsletter. Most people don't open it. The click rate is low. I'm telling you right now, everybody's online. That's all we're doing. We really don't have many options. We read newsletters now more than we ever did before. Think about it, but don't just write a newsletter about the products you're carrying or the offerings you're doing or the food you now have. Give them personal updates. Think of like being a reality show. Think of how we watch a reality show. Okay, I don't watch them, but maybe you do. How you watch a reality show each week and you see the characters evolve and develop. Do that with your company. Let's follow your story now and how you care about people, how you care about the public, how you care about your clients, and sincerely care from your heart. Let's follow that story along the way. Newsletter, Instagram, Facebook, think about it all and train your employees to also understand the entire story of who you are today. A very important thing about PR and marketing today is having a social conscience. Think about it. When you see businesses that are helping right now, when the immense part of this pandemic hit 2 months ago and even up until a month ago, when we were seeing people turn their factories around and making masks, and we saw extra hands going to get food for the frontline workers, when we saw that, it touched our heart and it really made a difference for us, and we like those companies. Be one of those companies now. You're saying, well, I don't have a factory, I can't make plastic shields for the doctors, but you can do something. And whatever you do, very subtly, brag about it, but without bragging. Meaning, get the word out, put it on your Instagram. Look what we did today, look what happened today. And again, as I said, always better to have that third-party endorsement. So the person who is getting, let's say you made a shield, getting the masks and the shields that you made, or getting the food that you provided, let those person give the first-hand testimonial of how it made them feel, how helpful it was. So you're getting the promotion, but an indirect, subtle, elegant way that it doesn't come out as braggadocious or you saying, hey, look how great we are during this pandemic. This is a time we've never seen in our lifetime, and hopefully we won't see again. And I say that with reluctance, and I'm trying to think of my words right now because I don't know when this is going to end. We don't know when this is going to end, and it probably won't end, but it will take on, as we all say, a new normal. So we're in that new normal now. So think about, this is long term. This isn't just something you're going to be doing for 3-4 months. So educate yourselves on PR and marketing in this new age. For example, if you have your website, and right now you have some pictures that are up there about some great events that you did a while ago, I want those all off. I don't want to see crowds of people. None of us want to see that, where people are together, where there are no masks. Remove those. Much more subtle. Update your photos, update your website, update everything to what the times are now. Think about it. When you look at that and you see huge crowds of people, when I look at footage now of the Super Bowl, which was just months ago, I go, oh my gosh. I mean, it actually hurts me to see those people sitting like that. Little did we know this 3, 4, 5 months ago. So as a result, what I'm trying to tell you is, as a result of where we are today, this is long term. So make the changes now. Yes, it's going to take an investment. Yes, it's going to take money, but this is money for the long term because this isn't going away anytime soon. Since we're talking about now social conscience and having a sense of responsibility, and you're going to get the word out, think about a new corporate philosophy for yourself. What is the corporation, the business, the mom and pop shop, whatever you are, what do you stand for now in these times? Not what you stood for 4 months ago, 5 months ago. Think about it. And make that a social and corporate responsibility that you let us all know about. That is part of your PR and marketing as well. So for the last few months, you've been very nervous, worried, not quite sure where you're going. How are we going to do this? Are we going to do this long term? We don't know if it's long term. Are we going to be out of this in September? Well, now we pretty much have the lay of the land. We know where we're going to be. We know what we have to do. So I want to talk to you about some things, especially for the retail industry. Consumers know that you are, I'm sorry to say, one of the most polluting industries in the world. So as a result, you're going to have to take that social conscience even further to really let people know that you're trying to make a difference and that you're not one of the run-of-the-mill businesses. The stats are that over 50% of department stores in malls are predicted to close by 2021. Think about that. Now, many of us in the Southwest here, we have beautiful outdoor malls. That plays a better role in this whole subject. But when you're in an indoor, closed mall, there is a lot to think of. And so because of that, you're going to have to take extra steps than maybe the little cute cafe with the tables 6 feet apart, which, by the way, I want to talk about this. I went out into the city the other day and I drove with my mask on and the windows closed, and I looked at everything and I was quite disappointed. I saw a lot of patios open, and I saw a lot of patios open, but not 6 feet apart. And if the restaurant fills, they're going to fill those tables. As a result, I think you have to realize that if you're a patio and people drive by and see you not exactly following all rules, and yes, I did see shields and I did see masks on some of the busboys in the restaurants. I didn't see it on any of the front greeting staff, and you would think they would be putting the shield on. By the way, I've worn a shield, it's fantastic. You feel like a superwoman, you really do. You've got it on and you're like, can't come near me, it's great. And you can see everything, it's so clear and it's so light. But so some of them had it on and some didn't. You've got to be consistent in your messaging. You've got to be consistent in your actions and realize when people are driving by your establishment, they see what you're doing. You don't know. The establishments that I'm saying that I didn't feel were doing it quite right, they don't know that I saw that. They don't know that I told 10 people about that. They have no idea. Realize when you're out there, especially on a ground level establishment, that's your advertising, that's your billboard. Make your billboard the greatest it can be. Now we're going to turn to something called Flex Business. What is Flex Business? Well, as you know, on March 4th for the city of Los Angeles, we were declared a state of emergency on that morning at about 8:15 in the morning. That was the day that I was addressing the Rodeo Drive Committee for a few minutes, just talking about PR and marketing and an upcoming state of luxury that was coming up. Obviously, that was postponed. Here we are now. This is the way it's turned. It still is good, but not in a hotel ballroom with 200 people. So when I did that, I remember telling the groups of businesses, and that was early on, about what was coming because I had been on the story since January, and no one really understood at that level on that day. But I'm going to tell you this, as a news person for almost over 30 years, we'll leave it at, for a news person for that many years, when a city declares a state of emergency, that's red alert. That is really serious, and that means you as a business have to realize that, uh-oh, red alert, my business is red alert. So from that moment, you had to start flexing. You had to become and pivot into something else. You had to figure out how the employees are going to work from home. You had to figure out all the things that you've figured out now. And so Flex Business is going to continue. I want you to have, you know how we do emergency fire drills? I want you to have one of those for your business with your employees. Have meetings every 2 weeks. Say, okay, this is where we are now. This is where we're going. Even if it were my business, I'd do it once a week. I'd even issue an email at the end of every Friday and I'd say, okay, this is where we stand this week. This is what we did great. This is what we have to work on. Let's continue for next week. And be ready that if another state of emergency comes, if another lockdown comes, whatever it's going to be, you're ready to do that flex because you were prepared. So it's like having a to-do list, get it all ready, know what you have to do, and then execute. I want to add something about Flex Business. One thing you should really be doing that I highly recommend is plan it out with the employees, as I said, but plan out every possible interaction that might happen. If we have to go back to working at home, everyone, immediately, how do we get into gear? If we can only do drive-through again, how are we going to immediately get into gear? How we're going to get into gear? And you're going to say to me, well, we already did it, so we know how we're going to do pickup and delivery and all that. But think about it now, after you got back into sort of the norm now a little bit, or maybe not the norm. This might change weekly, every 2 weeks. As the numbers go up, then they come down and then they go up. So we've really got to think about talking to the employees, a real plan of action. I would also recommend something. Having an email already drawn up with all the employees on there. If you're the manager, general manager, owner, etc., I would have an email with everybody that's ready to go. So whenever your note is there, you've got that group email already done. Everybody's got it. Everybody knows what they have to do immediately. And I would encourage all employees now, this is part of their job, they have to check their emails immediately. And I would not put it in text. Text is not a formal paper trail. It should be in a formal email that you write, say, okay, today, here's what's happening, here's what's taking effect. People love bullet points. Put it into bullet points. Explain to them, this is where we're going. We're in flex mode. Here we go. People will understand Flex Business. We know what we have to do. It means we're shifting gears. We're pivoting quickly.
Here's the new PR motto today that I've been teaching everyone. He or she who does safety best in today's landscape will be the ones rewarded with client loyalty. Consumers are looking for their favorite businesses, their favorite practices. They don't need as many as they had before. So he or she who does it best can charge for what he or she likes, and they will receive the loyalty. Consumers will pay a premium for safety. Here's what you need to know about reopening. There is a new client behavior and it's not good, so you have to do more now to lure people in, to show them what you're doing, to show them what your brand is, to show them what your practice means. So how do you do it? Create a code of corporate ethics and post it on your front door and again in your window. Put it on your website. Send it out to all your patrons. Consider mobile ordering at any level. Take an employee and change their job description. Have them extensively be trained for CDC, OSHA, and your own company protocols. They are now called the Chief Health and Safety Officer, the CHO. Create a cleanliness council, 5 people from the workplace who meet regularly to discuss where they stand, how the cleanliness is working. Have the CHO in charge. Instate new cleaning guidelines that are written out and posted for the public to see. Create very strict rules and enforce them daily, not weekly, to help prevent the virus from re-emerging and entering your workplace, which could be catastrophic to your business, your staff, and public opinion. Watch what other companies are practicing or doing and beat them. Who does it best? And then get the loyalty and the word of mouth going. Put a sink in front of the door. They have portable ones. They run for about $1,000. You can buy them easily online and ask people as they enter to kindly wash their hands. Show clients that you're cleaning in working hours. Don't do cleaning between midnight and 6 a.m. anymore. Let people see the cleaning going on nonstop. Hire people who have exceptional phone people skills. Train them if they don't. Phone and online are the way of business now, so make sure people can speak well. Develop your employees with serious training. Sit them down. Work with them. Hire people who are passionate and knowledgeable about your business and your offerings, but also people who truly care about your clients. That is so important. Communicate with empathy. That is more vital than almost anything else. Give your employees new titles in this day and age. Empower and encourage them to take pride in their job now more than ever. Give them titles from salespeople to concierge or expert. Be grateful for every client who calls, comes in, and shows you patronage now. Have strong online visuals. Update them. The ones you have are too old, even if you updated them 3 months ago. Your homepage needs explanation of your health and safety new guidelines. Send this directly to your clients. Write a lot. Be sincere. Reduce wait times. Completely eliminate the wait time. Enforce your social distancing. Yes, you started doing it, but enforce it. Too many places around town can be seen now on their terraces or inside their workplace, and 6 feet is not being reserved. Show your client you take this seriously. Offer home delivery free. Take the hit. Free. Set up luxury drive-through. Call it that. Advertise it that way. Offer free concierge consultations on the front lawn if you want to go and deliver something. Have consultations at their home, whatever makes the client comfortable. Set up a fantastic loyalty program. This is vital. Think of your programs, think of your apps, create one, and promote upgrades. Create a new sign-off for your emails immediately and for all your staff emails. Here's an example. Our thoughts and prayers go out to everyone as we all navigate through these extraordinary times. While many of us are working remotely, please be assured that we are committed to delivering the same level of service that you've come to expect from us in the past. Please reach out if you have any questions, concerns, or need assistance. That was one that I received recently, and I just thought it was smack on. It was perfect. Think about that. Word it the way you want, but that's a good guideline. Ensure that your location shows up online in searches properly. Check this regularly. Set up business listings on Google, Yelp, Instagram, Facebook, your own YouTube TV channel, and other platforms. Increase your click and collect. Order online, pay online, pick up, no touch, no talk. Develop a customer retention strategy, a really good one, better than you have right now. Keep track of the people. These are your loyal clientele. Collect data on the clients, their likes, their dislikes. Pretend you're the Four Seasons, you know, the way they do it. Tell authentic stories that keep resonating. Be consumer-centric. It's all about the customer now. It's all about the client. It's all about the patient. Give them what they need. Cultivate at the level that you have never done before. And keep communicating with them nonstop. Show them you care about them, not just their business. Remember, business today, now in this pandemic, is a people business, not a product business anymore. As I say, gain the people, gain the sale. Openness and honesty is critical now for making it or not. And finally, take time in your day to reach out to your clients. Feel free. Write a personal note. Obviously, proper protocol, but write them a little something. It's a new dawn. The ultimate way to survive now is to help, to be there, to service, to care. That is what businesses must focus on now, no longer the push of the sale.
I talked earlier about health and safety first and getting the word out. That's the way you get the media today. Right now, it's not about how great your dress is, how fabulous your food is. It's really about what you're doing, that social news angle, because there's so much news right now. For you to stand out and think about it when you watch the local news in whatever market you're in, you're watching the stories of people doing things for other people. So figure out what you're going to do and decide that safety is first, and it should become your motto. And I say the motto should be safety first, safety second, safety third, and be incredibly nonstop, accurate, always keeping up a standard so people know they can count on you. They don't want to go to your establishment on a Monday, and on a Wednesday, obviously, it's something else. This is something you really can get news headlines on. This is something you can get coverage on. This is something that makes an Instagram hit. This is something that will be a Facebook story that will go viral, etc. When you have a reason to talk about how great your business has evolved, people will listen and people will learn from it. And as I was telling you about the TV show that I've done, that's my goal for it, to pay it forward, that one business watches and the other business gets an idea and says, oh, that's good, I'm going to incorporate that. That's my goal for it. And hopefully you will get some news coverage, you will get some publicity, but that's the angle you have to take. The way you did things in the past can't be done anymore when it comes to PR and marketing. You've really got to reevaluate what your mandate is, as I said earlier, and figure out how you're going to do it. And I want you to watch the news every day. You're going to go, Ann, I can't. I'm so tired if I hear one more number, figure, up, down, politics, whatever it is. But you have to. Why? Because that's part of your PR and marketing. If you see an angle that you go, ooh, I could hang on to that. Let's say there's something that some business did or somebody did, or an announcement made by the government, and you know that you can add something to that, that becomes a news story for you. That becomes coverage. That becomes something you can pitch to the networks about. So watch the news, stay on it, even just make your homepage, the CNN homepage. I've said this for years. And just read the one line, the bullet point headlines, and see, and you will see that, oh, I'm related to that. Oh, I could do that. Oh, they're doing that. I do it one step better than that. Let the media know, and you will get free coverage. And when you get this coverage, then start building it on your website. Let people know that this is what we just did, this is what we're doing next, and this is where we plan to go. I talked earlier about finessing the messaging and cleaning up the website, cleaning up your Instagram, taking out crowds of people, taking out old beauty product shots that you had that no longer stand anymore. It's not about glitz and glamour anymore. It's about reality and where we are and what we need in life today. So massaging and finessing and cleaning up the messaging is very important. Now, you're going to say, but I have spent so much money and time on PR over the last 5 years. I understand, but we've never been in a pandemic. Never has the news been all about what it's about now, and never has there not been enough room in the news for regular stories anymore. So reinvent yourself as far as what you're going to be for coverage and what you're going to be to promote, and then you can have stories, and then you can write a press release, and then you can get it out. Well, thank you for joining me. That's it for this session of State of Luxury Redesigned. I hope that was a little bit of a help for you. These truly are times that we've never been in, and unfortunately, when it comes to press and media, we're not really looking for those stories anymore. I cover luxury lifestyle business for the last 15 years. Used to be the news anchor at Channel 13, covered hard news, and then went to business lifestyle news, high-end type of stories, businesses that were making a difference, from hospitality to luxury to exhibits to cars to fashion and restaurants, anything that is under the lifestyle banner. And all our topics now are different. We're just not doing the same kind of coverage. So to get coverage now, it's everything I've just been telling you through this seminar. But I want to let you know about the TV show, the COVID-19 TV Business News Report, Top Businesses Doing Health and Safety Right. If you'd like to be on, I would love to hear from you. I'm hoping you take some of this advice, you apply it to your business. Hopefully you've already been doing all that. Give me a call. I'm going to have the contact information at the end of this on a slate so you can contact us. But this show has been airing. It aired well, I don't want to date it now because you might be watching this in July or whenever, but it just aired on KTLA. Sunday at 1 p.m. is the time slot. And it's not going to be every week because I can't produce it every week because I'm doing so much else, but it will be quite regularly. My goal is to get it out every 2 weeks to highlight as many businesses as we can. So please give us a call and let us know if your business should be highlighted on the COVID-19 TV Business News Report. Until next time, I say this with my heart. Please stay safe. We are all counting on you. I'm counting on you. Everyone's counting on you. We all have to do our part. So please take care, be well, and great success to you.
For information on how to get onto the COVID-19 TV Business News Report, please write us at covidtvnewsshow@gmail.com.